Okay, so I'm a bit late. Today is December 17th. I didn't start it on the 15th because I wasn't really reading anything at that moment to update you on. But now it's the 17th, the morning, and I actually got quite a bit reading done. I started with East, and I'm liking it so far. It's a bit strange, for sure. It's in multiple perspectives, and there's a mother and the father, and then the brother, and then the main character, and the mother's really superstitious, and she doesn't likes to give birth to her children in the different directions of the compass. It's like a superstitious thing where she's like the personality of the child is based on where they are on the compass that they were born. And then one girl is acting more wild than what the mother wants her to act, because of the compass and like what she was trying to get. And so they don't really know what to do with her. And when she's 15, a white bear comes along and takes her in exchange to make one of their other daughters healthy. There's about 8 kids. It doesn't really follow all of them. It only follows really one of the brothers, and some of them are mentioned a little bit. But it's pretty good so far. I like it. I'm not loving it because I'm a bit it's a bit confusing, but it's really good. I think it was really well written. But we'll see on that. It kind of reminds me of Beauty and the Beast, but not a retelling, more of like an inspiration from it, because there's like this white bear who's the beast who takes her away, and there's a bunch of other little things that make me feel like is Beauty and the Beast inspired. It just really seems like that. And I love Beauty and the Beast, so I like that. We'll see how it goes. It's interesting, a bit strange, but I don't really mind something that's a bit strange. Just some things that are happening and like her reactions to it are just so strange. I don't really want to say because I have no idea if it's going to become a spoiler if I tell you, but it's just so kind of weird. Something that's happening. One specific thing that's happening is weird. So, we'll see on that. I am also reading The Story of the Nutcracker by E.T.A. Hoffman, and I have no idea if this is an original book, but it's also kind of all over the place. I'm sure that this would be a great book to read kids, which I will someday if I ever have kids. But it's a bit all over the place. I'm actually 67% through. It's probably at like 50 pages. So, oh, by the way, I'm 40% through East. I don't know if I said that. But yeah, E.T. Hoffman's book, it's definitely interesting. It's basically like about this little family, and then all these on Christmas Eve, I think, all these toys come to life, including the Nutcracker, and this little girl loves the Nutcracker. I'm pretty sure I saw a play for this, but I never read the book before. I don't think my mama has ever read the book to me when I was little. But that's where I'm at on that. I'm enjoying it. I wanted to read it because it's December and Christmas time, so I am. I also started Winter Song. This is my favorite book, by the way. I like to read this once a year. It's my favorite book, so, and especially in the winter time. It's just a perfect book to read in the winter time. And I'm loving it. I haven't read much at all. I'm less than, hold on. I am on page 40. I am not getting much into it, and I'm not really focusing on it, but in a couple weeks I will be focusing on it once I get a bunch of other things done. I'm just reading this slowly, like if I want to read it before bed, but if I don't want to read it at all, a few days, and that's fine because I have other things to read, but I'm, of course, loving it. This time I'm taking pictures of like lines in it, like certain things that they said because they're just so beautiful. It's so beautifully written. So I'll probably update you this in a vlog further along because I don't think I'm going to be finishing it anytime soon. And then there's Jane Eyre. I'm absolutely loving it. I love the characters. I love the main character. I love her personality. She's just so like sweet and kind, and she's never really like angers. Like even when there's situations where she should be angry, she's just not. She's just so understanding and so great. I love Jane. She's just a great character, and I'm really still enjoying it. I don't know if you guys watch the other vlogs, but in those I have been explaining how much I love this too. I'm having a really fun time reading it. I can see why my mom loves it. So, yes, I am actually 5 hours left. I don't remember what I left on last time, but I think I listened to an hour last night. I've been listening to that on audiobook, and then like the other books that I have been reading, I have been reading on ebook, which I used to hate reading things on ebook, but now I read pretty much everything on ebook, and I'm not sure why. I think it's because it's like easier to carry in my backpack, and I never read at home, so I just like to carry books places. I just love to bring my ebook because it's so much easier than carrying big books in my bag, which I used to do all the time, and I still carry books in my bag because I'm usually physically reading something, but right now I'm not physically reading anything, like physically as in physically holding the book, but the ebook I've been reading everything on, and in a way I don't like that. I prefer holding a physical book, but that's just kind of what I've been doing. It's because I read at work, and I don't want to carry like a bunch of books in my backpack, because it's very, very little, my backpack. So, yeah, that's why I do that. I kind of hate it. Also, I got to page 76 in my editing. I am still having a lot of fun doing it. I also typed 12 pages. So, I'm at page 76. It's been really fun. If you want to know about like what my book's about, I have a vlog before this where I explain everything and my editing process for my book, and I'm just going through the first time of editing it, and then I am going and typing it when I get home, as much as I can. So that is just what I have been doing. Yeah, so, I've been spending a lot of time on that and a lot of time on reading, so I will update you guys more, probably soon, probably very soon. I'm sorry that I didn't talk to you guys over the last couple days because I was reading a bit, not a lot, because I usually don't read much on my days off because I spend them with my boyfriend, but I'm sorry I didn't update you guys sooner. I also wanted to make sure I was doing it when I had a lot of stuff to talk about. So I will see you very soon to discuss more about the books. I'm going to update you guys on what I am reading currently, how far I've gotten to the books I already told you about, and I have quite a few negative things to say, unfortunately. I'm a bit disappointed by the books I'm reading. So I'll just start off. I finished The Story of the Nutcracker. It probably took me less than 2 hours to read. It was so short. It was probably about 50 pages, maybe. I don't know for sure because I read it on ebook, but yeah, and it's like being in a child's fantasy. It's had a really cute ending too, and it is just I just didn't really enjoy it. I didn't really enjoy sitting down and reading it. I think it would be better to read it to a child, and I think that would be more you get more enjoyment out of that, but just sitting down and reading it just wasn't wasn't that much fun. The things that happened in it were kind of all over the place. There were a couple things I liked about it, so I did end up giving it 3 stars. I don't have much else to say other than that because it was so short. I then am 60% through of East, and I really am not enjoying East that much. It is, I didn't like the direction it went in. There was this twist that happened, and I'm gonna try to not give too much information about this, but still explain why I didn't like it. But there was a situation around this twist, like, that was happening, and she did something completely reasonable to to find out this twist, and then something bad happened because of it, and now she thinks that, oh, like, I'm a horrible person and blah 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 blah. And it was just so unbelievably stupid because it was the most reasonable thing to do in the book. Like, there's so many unreasonable things happening in this book, and she finally does something reasonable, and then when she does something reasonable, it's like the worst thing ever. I don't think I gave too much information about that. You would have to read it to know what I'm talking about, but it just didn't make any sense whatsoever. And I didn't like that. It could have been done in a better way, the story, but I'm not sure. And I also, it has so many similarities to Beauty and the Beast. Like, I don't want to, like, okay, so she is taken away, and she's taken away into this castle, and the castle has some magical things in it, and that's not the only thing that makes me feel like it's Beauty and the Beast. She's taken by a beast, which is really a polar bear, and yeah, that's kind of like, that happens like kind of at the beginning, but it's just so similar to Beauty and the Beast, and I kind of want to know if they said it was inspired from that. And then I am also reading Jane Eyre, and I love that one. That is that read that I am enjoying the most. I'm having so much fun with it. I have about 3 hours left, and I'm trying to finish it by Thursday or Friday. It's Wednesday currently. I think I can do it. It's only 3 hours. I just need to find time to do it. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really happy to be reading that. When I'm reading things that I'm not currently liking. I'm gonna push through though. Push through East though. I really am. Hopefully, I might DNF it. I don't know. I'm trying to decide. But yeah, also my editing, I am 100 pages through it. I only have 25 more that I want to do this month, and hopefully I'll finish that either today or tomorrow. If I don't finish it today, I'll probably finish it tomorrow, but that's where I'm at with that, and I'm pretty happy with it. Editing is kind of fun. Editing is kind of making me happy right now. Editing my story. It's kind of a lot of work. It takes me a bit of time for each page, but I'm really liking it. So, yeah, that's where I'm at on that. I'm going to very, very quickly update you on how I am doing on my reading. Well, first of all, I'm going to explain my how far I got with my editing, and I got through the first notebook that I used up in November, and I finished editing that, so that's pretty much half of the book. So, I'm doing really good on that. I'm gonna wait until next month to finish the rest, but I had a lot of fun with that, and I'm excited that I finished half of it. I'm really proud of myself, because that was kind of a lot of work. And then I am reading Jane Eyre. I only have an hour left, so I'm going to try to finish that today. I'm not going to really update you on how that's going because I'm just going to finish it today and then let you know when I'm done. Then East, I'm not fully enjoying it, but it's better than when I left off last time. It's gotten a bit better. I kind of like it more now, but not that much still. So there's that. Today I'm going to spend a lot of time reading Winter Song, hopefully, if it's not busy at work. But we'll see on that. Right now I am kind of like reorganizing my shelves a bit because um, like when the new year starts, I like to get rid of all the books that I like don't really want anymore, and I'm kind of getting rid of all the books that I haven't read yet on my shelves, which is like one, two, three, 6 books. Like to have all my bookshelves full of books that I have read or parts of series that I haven't finished yet. So the next book in the series that I need to get to. So I did that. I kind of want to show you how my bookshelves look. The last time I showed you my bookshelves was like 2 years ago, and it was completely different then than now. So yeah, it's gonna be very different than last time. I don't recommend looking at those videos because it was really they weren't that good. But yeah, so I also got like other like little shelves, but I'll just show you really quickly what they look like. Alright, these are all the books that I have read. It is very dark. This is why I don't film in front of it, because it's in the darkest part of my room, my bookshelves. But all of those books I have read and liked, at least enjoyed. These books are probably all 4 or 5 stars. And these are my little shelves, and these I really like now because I just changed it up. This was before my they kind of my TBR shelf of all the books I need to get to, but then I changed it up to like mass market paperbacks. I don't know why, but I love how mass market paperbacks look. I think they look so cute. So yeah, so I'm not going to give you a bookshelf tour. I just think it looks nice. I am also going to very quickly tell you guys what books I'm going to be getting rid of. I'm going to be getting rid of Furyborn, just because I'm not interested in it anymore. I got it because it was really cheap, but I'm just not interested in it, and I don't want to have it taking up shelf space, so I'm not interested in it. Then there's Sisters Red, and I really wanted a Little Red Riding Hood retelling, which is this, but I just don't want to read this one. It just doesn't look like how I would want a Little Red Riding Hood retelling be like. And also I got this cover because I ordered off online, and I ordered a different color for this, I mean not a different color, a different cover for the series that was really pretty, but then I got this one which was just not cute, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. I'm not really interested in reading it anyway. Then I got Tiger's Curse. Yes. I got it because it had a tiger on the cover, but I'm not really interested in reading it. The story doesn't seem that interesting, to be honest, so I'm gonna get rid of that. And then this one, I don't know what I'm gonna do with. I love Brandon Sanderson, so I have like a bunch of his books that I haven't read yet, and this is Elantris, but it broke. I definitely want to still read it. It's just, I need to like, I hate throwing away books. I can't donate it though. I'm gonna have to throw this away. So it's kind of sad. Age of Consent. Hated this book. I read it. I hated it. It was not good at all. I hate it. I hate this book. That's probably my least favorite of the year. So, of course, I'm going to get rid of that. It's kind of about, like, a cult. And I like books about cults, but it was just not good. It was not good. Then I got Charmed. I never heard of this before. It was just in the romance section. And, I think my boyfriend randomly picked it out, and I was like, I'll read anything that you randomly pick out. And then he picked this out, and I was like, okay, I'll read it, and now I don't want to. So, I'm just gonna get rid of it. Yeah. Those are all the books I'm gonna get rid of. I'm sorry that this was really quick. I just wanted to explain everything really quickly. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with my reading, and those are what my shelves look like, and those are the books I'm going to get rid of. Okay, I am going to end the vlog. I finished both Jane Eyre and East. East I am going to give 3 stars. It was better towards the end, but I still didn't enjoy it. I think I realized I really liked the ideas of it, but I didn't like the execution, and that was the problem. So 3 stars. It It was an alright read. It's probably something that I would never really remember looking back on. Um, then I also read Jane Eyre. More like I listened to an audiobook, and it was magnificent. I loved it. It's probably one of my new favorite books ever. It was so good. So good. I love the characters. I related to Jane so much. She was such a good character. Yeah, I loved it so much. Um, then I also am reading Winter Song, which is my favorite book of all time. Um, I am 150 pages in. I'm getting to like the good part right now. I think I already read this year. Yeah, I think I did, or maybe it was last year. I try to read it like every winter since I started loving it. My channel is actually named after this book because it's around Underground Books, and oh, I should explain it real quick. So there's these two sisters. So I don't know if I talked about this in one of my last vlogs about the Goblin Market, and the Goblin Market is a poem, and at that time I didn't read it. But recently I read the Goblin Market, and it's this poem that is about these two sisters. And this follows, it's kind of like a retelling of that poem and also a retelling of the movie Labyrinth. So, there's these two girls that are sisters, and one of them is super beautiful, and other one is considered more plain. And for some reason, I always fall in love with books where the main character is more plain looking. I don't know what it is, but I just love that. And then one of them gets taken by the Goblin King, and then there's this Goblin King that is the ruler of the underground. And he's not a goblin himself. He's just like this ageless man that's the something what's it called? He's just the Goblin King. He's the underground ruler. He's the Lord of Mischief. He's just he's all of that, and he rules down there. And then there's a bunch of goblins down there, and he takes her sister. And I'm not going to explain more than that because I think more than that would be a spoiler. But I pretty much remember every single point of this book. Like, everything that happened, I remember. But I love rereading it. And now I'm really realizing how beautiful the writing is. It's just so well done. Just the writing, it's just, I don't know. It's definitely my favorite book. Other than that, I did start reading The Giver. Listening to an audiobook. I think I'm going to start listening to classics on audiobook because I really just want to read more classics that I haven't read. So yeah, I'm listening to The Giver, and it is so good. I did not expect, like, I was hooked within the first 5 minutes. I was like, I just want to listen to more. It was just, from the beginning, I was hooked to it. So we'll see where it goes. For some reason, I love dystopians. It's hard to tell like what my favorite type of books are because I like high fantasy. I like high adult fantasy. I would say that's my most favorites. Like Brandon Sanderson, Game of Thrones, Wheel of Time. I'm just starting out on some of those series, but so far I'm loving it. But then I don't really enjoy YA fantasy as much, so I don't rate those books as well. And then I like historical romances a lot. I recently found that out this year. And yeah, so it's really hard for me to tell what type of books I like, but I have always loved dystopians. For some reason, those are the most interesting books to read for me. So I'm listening to The Giver, and it is so good. It's really good. I'm only 30 minutes in, so that's like saying a lot for 30 minutes in, but I'm enjoying it so much so far. But yeah, that is where I'm at with my reading. I will update you guys in the next vlog. I'm not sure what I'm going to be reading next week. I have to decide, but I'm going to go and donate those books today, and I will see you next time. So please like and subscribe. And also, I always link my Goodreads below, and in my Goodreads, I write reviews completely spoiler filled. So if you ever want to know my thoughts about a book with all the spoilers inside, I talk about everything in my reviews. So, you should watch those. So, I will see you next time. Bye.